seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not so long, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not so long, just a time, just like another season.
magic. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for some exciting StarCraft? I know I am. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z, aka ATL EU Pro. Oh, hold on, I'm messing. I am your host, Captain Canuck, aka the Real Winter Soldier, and we're about to get into the fight. Here on King's Cove in Game 1, it will be Alpha X against an amazing team whose name I forgot to check. So while I turn off the music, I will also check Skadoosh. We are playing Micro T Team. Well, how about that, huh? How about them apples? But I hope you all are so excited. I know I am. Let's change the overlay and introduce our amazing players in the top right. And by top right, I mean bottom right of King's Home. In the purple, he is Protoss. He's Enigma. I love that purple color, but you know what I like even better than purple? This color right up here in the red. Just from Alpha X, the Terran. Put your hands together for Uzi Cody. Uzi, Uzi, Uzi. Oi, oi, oi. That's the chant that he deserves. Now, I'm already interested in what shenanigans. We already don't have a barracks, but there are no SCVs out on the map. Where is this? What? 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 What is? What? What? I'm speechless. We have, out of Uzi Cody, a bold move at Command Center first. Enigma's gonna see this and be like, what? And these two will dance a tango that will only last a few more seconds. Who will win? The SCV will triumph in the end. Nothing. The probe was just checking for proxies down here, I'm guessing. But we have just your normal gateway gas into cybernetics core, as well as an early expo as well, since he saw that Uzi went for the early expo. Enigma decided not to do any cheeky 4-gate shenanigans, but to go for a very fast nexus. We do have 2 racks to follow up the command center fast. I have no idea what's going on in this game. We have a pylon here to the north. And screw it, guys. I don't know what's going on. You tell me. Oh, and thank you, Sun Lily StarCraft, for the Twitch sub. I don't have notifications on, so I don't know if it was Twitch Prime or if it was Tier 1, maybe even Tier 2. But regardless, irregardless, thank you. From the bottommost nether regions of my heart, thank you. Alright, we got the second gas coming out here for Uzi Cody, and he's beginning to do 2 Marine production. No add-ons as of yet for the European Terran. And we do have a Stargate, a proxy Stargate, on the way for Enigma to try and deal some nice economic damage to the SCVs. Not a whole lot here as of yet, but with the double Marine production out of these 2 racks, out of these 2 racks, he will hopefully be able to avoid most damage. We do have an Adept shading on in, will not complete, as there is a bunker here, but only 1 little Marine. 1 little Marine in the front. We do have double add-ons now, Reactor and a Tech Lab. 4 Marines feels like the play for Uzi. But but we have the Oracle being chronoed out now. We do have Adept production still coming out. Only one gateway so far, as Enigma continues to macro up, 5 workers ahead. But the Oracle has just finished and will be flying on in. Heck, that is one flippin' cool skin right there. It looks like it has some serious flow going on. Here comes the Oracle in, is immediately going to take out 2 SCVs, nearly got a third. The Marines are going to come back to defend. 4 Marines will be able to deal with this. The Oracle stutter step is good enough to take out 1 Marine, but the remaining ones will be able to chase it away. Warp Gate is about to complete, and Stim is on the way. It's the patch to reduce the time for the Stim upgrade has not hit shelves yet today at your local Walmart or toy store, but will be at locations near you soon, TM. We do have an engineering bay coming in at the back, and the double Oracles are now going to fly in. But the Marines are here to save the day. Only 4, 2 Oracles can deal with that, and they are going to go right ahead and start to zap away. This is going to cause some serious issues here for Uzi, as there's nothing here now to counter these Oracles. There is a Whittle Mine tucked in behind. Holy cow. No, that's the wrong way. Where? You can't... Is it still... Oh, I think the Oracle took it out. Let's see. Yeah, the Oracle took it out, but dang, that's some sneaky play right there, as the SCVs were sitting ducks with a guy with a shotgun full of ammunition. But the Oracles were pretty low on energy anyway. So a +1 attack is going to be on the way as Marine production continues to ramp up. That is 6 Adepts coming on in to back up this Oracle. This is looking like a really dicey situation. There is not a lot here. The Marines are going to skedaddle on in to the bunker, and the Adepts are going to try and shade into the main base. Oh no! What? Uzi, no! What are you doing? Okay. Disaster averted, guys. Whew. All right, the Adepts are going to decide not to go into the main base and wreak havoc on all those present. Double Forge on the way for Protoss. The Adepts are going to shade. Oh, again, a clutch save there as the SCVs were on the transition through those supply depots. A nice little barricade here to trap Adepts. The Oracles are just going to continue to look here, and the Adepts are just going to deny mining. This is excellent news. Back home, we have nice saturation on both the main base and natural of Enigma, and he is getting a 3rd base. The Adepts are now going to start to be taken out. Enough Marines are here, as well as SCVs. 14 SCVs do go down, but with the Viking there, the attack from Enigma will get chased away. Oof, that is some good damage, though. Enigma with a very healthy worker lead, but Mules are good units. So, with this 3rd base, though, the Protoss economy is going to continue to ramp up. Gateways are being added, as well as Immortals, and +1/+1 for the Protoss. Charge is in production as well. Just recently started. This Stargate is going to no longer be doing very much here, and the Terran will be able to stabilize here for a little bit. Still only 1 eBay to produce upgrades, so that is going to limit the upgrade potential that Uzi Cody has, and is going to give Enigma a little bit of an edge. But the Observer, I think, was able to see the medevacs moving out. But this is a nice double drop that will come and hopefully be able to do some damage. It has to do damage for Uzi to be able to stay in this game. SCV going to go and drop down that 3rd command center to try and continue to get back on an economic... catch up on the economic disparity that we see between the 2 players. Production-wise, there isn't a whole lot here. It's just 3 racks with 1/1 behind it. Widowmine is going to be the supportive unit that Uzi is going to be going for. I love that. I do love some good... stuff there, but the drop is deciding not to go forward. It's just going to drop on here. Oracle going to be scouting, sees all these Marines, going to tag them, and that's going to ruin the element of surprise that Uzi was hoping for. But this push is now going to move down to the 3rd base. The Protoss army is in position. Army supply is even, 58 to 54. Overall supply about a 16 supply lead for Enigma. The scan comes down, and here comes the Terran army. The Protoss army is slightly out of position, and the Terran army is going to run straight around, ignoring the army completely, and try and go straight into the mineral line. Zealots are warped in immediately to help deal with this, and Uzi Cody's going to have to pick on up, and actually he's going to fly into the main. There's only a stalker here, but recall is used. Excellent strategy here from Uzi Cody to help deal with this. The Protoss army is now going to be able to help hold this. Not all the army dropped out of the medevacs. The medevacs are going to start to try and skip on out. There's army to meet them down back at the 3rd base, and they are going to have to tuck their tails and run on home as to not lose their lives for ire. back home. We do have +1 armor nearly completed, about 4/5 of the way done, I'd say, maybe even 6/7, but that's a technical estimate. Widow Mine production still ramping on up. Enigma is starting to use that that economic lead that he's had for a while to his advantage. If we look, income advantage has swayed a little bit. Uzi Cody's been able to get there a little bit with the mule help, but overall it is very largely in favor of the Protoss Enigma. I don't think Uzi's out of it, but he's definitely in a dicey spot. He has to continue to keep on pressure and posture as much as he can. A 4th base is going to be attempted to be taken by Enigma, but with the Terran army out here, no, with the Protoss army coming to help, I don't know if that's enough. With the Widow Mines here, that'll definitely take out the Zealots, but immediately the 4th base gets canceled as soon as the Terran army comes to say hello. Blink is nearly about complete, +2/+2 is nearing halfway completion. As our Terran army continues to posture. Excellent aggressive tactics from Uzi Cody. He is now actually in a supply lead in workers as well as army. He has fought his way back. Upgrades are in favor of the Protoss, which will definitely keep things on an even foot, but he has nearly gained a 20 army supply. The Protoss army is now starting to move forward, but the Widow Mines have done their job. Nearly no Zealots remain. It's just a bunch of Stalkers, and there are enough Marauders here to really cause some damage. The Immortals will start to pack a good punch here. Warp Prism is out. Blink comes down, is able to take out a medevac, but no units were in that when the drop codes into the main. But a recall is yet again used to help defend against this. Most of the Protoss army now comes back into the main. And a good positioning here for the Terran forces as the Zealots try and charge in. The Blink is there, but the Terran will just continue to reposition as they come around. So the Terran is starting to take out a ton of probes. Enigma is in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, there wasn't a lot there anyway. A couple more medevacs will go down, but most of the army will escape alive. They will now go into the natural and continue to take out more probes as the Stalkers just used their Blink, so it is on cooldown. 27 probes have gone down. The Blink finally comes in, but there's so many Marauders. This army has more than paid for itself in weight in gold and minerals. And he's actually going to escape with some of the army. The Stalkers are unable to get it. Some excellent luck in which medevacs were target fired down. And we also have an attack to the 3rd base. Excellent multi-pronged attack here from Uzi Cody. He's able to take out the pylon and cancel the warpins. There are Widow Mines here to prevent the probes from mining, and it's going to continue to target more and more and more and more and more. The final remains of the Protoss army are here to help deal with this, but the army supplies are 20 ahead for Uzi Cody. He has been able to fight his way back. He does not have, he has +2 weapons now on the way. Excellent. The Protoss army is ahead in upgrades, but not in head of supply. Nearly 50 army supply ahead for Uzi Cody of Alpha X, as the Micro T team is unable to compete. We now have +1. That is +1 ship attack, as we now have a 2nd starport being added on, most likely for Liberators, as that's the tech you want to do. However, Enigma feels like he wants to take a book out of Uzi Cody's playbook and went behind instead of DT Shrine, posture, and attack. Widow Mines taking out a bunch of the Zealots. Not really any Zealots here left to tank. There are so many Marauders here, and Stalkers, as we know, do horrible against them. Immortals not so great either. Immortals are powering through. Some force fields are going to go down to help. Army supply starting to creep back in favor, but the Liberators are here to provide zoning. There is a forward pylon here continued from the Stargate, but that's going to take a long time. Only a couple of Zealots warped in. I don't think that's a play, as a lot more Zealots would be able to help here. This 4th base is under threat, is most likely going to have to get canceled. A Warp Prism is here to help out. Sentries being picked off here and there. The Liberators will continue to creep their way forward. Oh, a nice forward blink, able to, since the Terran army is a little bit thinned out here, but the Protoss army is going to back up for now to be able to get some reinforcements. +2 weapons for the Terran bio has completed. Liberators continuing to be pumped out, as well as 4 Marauders and 2 Marines at a time. Nothing on the production tab for the Protoss. That pylon's going to get taken out. That Warp Prism's in a little bit of a dicey spot as the Protoss army repositions. Protoss army now moving forward, but the Widow Mines are there to help tank and take out the Zealots. Most of the Zealots get taken out by these Widow Mines. Nice target firing there, as most of the Protoss army is now just Stalkers and an Immortal. More Zealots have been warped in from the Warp Prism, but there's so many Marauders and Widow Mines. Liberators are here helping. SCVs are pulled off the line to help tank against this. Most of the Protoss army is whittled down. It's 44 army supply to 18 in favor of Uzi Cody. The Protoss army is now running away with its tail tucked between his legs. The 4th base never had to get cancelled. Liberators continuing to be produced 3 at a time to help provide some excellent zoning. The SEVs are able to get put back to work. 122 supply to 63 in favor of Uzi Cody. Enigma's down to his last straws. This is about all he has. He has no upgrades on the production tab. He is all in at this point. One immortal remains, but the Liberators are here to take that out. They're able to get some shots out from the Marauders. Will be able to finish the job. The Zealots trying to close the distance, but there's nothing left. GG is called Uzi Cody after the Adept push is able to take game number 1. Yeehaw! Dun 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 dun. Oh, yeah, folks, that was good. You know what else is good? GameStop. GameStop is giving power to the players, and they're bringing it specifically to esports players. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the world's most prominent teams and players. Visit GameStop's website today through the Match Reno quest to learn more and donate to the prize pool for this or for any other tournament that you see. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Oof. Whew. Alright, that was a good game, guys. I really liked how Uzi dealt with the pressure that he had from game number 1. In game 1, Enigma had a really nice early game attack. The way he was able to use the oracles, it really made Uzi Cody uncomfortable and drew the army out of position so that the Adepts could get in and deny so much mining time. The pull was very good, and the fact that the Adepts didn't go into the main really surprised me. I was very confused why they didn't, because I felt like that was a little bit of a misclick from Uzi that allowed the Adept Shades to be able to move into the main base. But he didn't jump on the opportunity because most of the Marines were out of position. So although he denied mining and was able to get third base, what you got to do when you're behind, there's two things. You either DT Shrine or you pretend like you're ahead and play like you're ahead, like that aggressive style, because it keeps the Protoss at home. When you're ahead, you want to be aggressive. You want to be continuing to pressure, but if you are ahead and let your opponent do that to you, you're going to start to make mistakes, because defensively, it's a skill. It's a very hard skill to do because you have to be all over the place. So you do when you're aggressive, but it's much easier to retreat. When you're at home, you have nowhere to retreat to. You have to hope that where you are, you have the greater numbers. But we are about to get underway to game numero dos. We just had to have a re-login. But now it's time for another magic trick. Oh. 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 I'm so fancy. But let me guys know what you think in the chat. If you have any Canadian questions, yesterday was Canada Day. Happy late day after Canada Day, everyone. If you have any questions about Canada, please let me know, and I will gladly provide all my expert knowledge and opinions for y'all. And thank you to everyone in the chat. So many of you. So many of you watching. Thank you for watching today. It always makes me feel happy when I have viewers. It makes my brain happy, my heart happy, and my feet the same. Because feet don't have emotions. At least mine don't. Feet, maybe yours do. I don't know. Some people are weird like that. Just shuffling some cards while we wait. Guys, check out... check out something cool today. You know, go treat yourself. It's a good day. The sun is shining. We're playing some StarCraft. And who knows, maybe you haven't had ice cream for a while. I don't know. I don't know what's been missing in your life, but whatever has, go make it happen. Because the only thing stopping you is believing. Not money, not time. It's the belief it can happen. So do it. Today. But on another note, the Raptors won the cup. The NBA Cup. On another note, the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. And on a third note, Vindicta's about to play against Poo Poo. Oh my gosh, that can't be his name. In game number 2 of the ATL EU Pro Week 5. Let's make sure that our statistics are all updated and accurate. And let's get into the fight. Here on Turbo Cruise in the Northeast for Micro T Gaming. That's their name. It is in the blue. Poo Poo, or I have to be saying that wrong. He's Zerg, by the way. Oh, that can't be his name. Papa, Poo Poo. There's no good way to say it without it sounding either just silly or offensive. Because if I Papa, is it like Papa? I don't know. We'll introduce our other player, though. In the Southwest. In the red, he's Terran. And he's also Mexican. It's Vindicta. But wait, isn't this EU Pro? What? Is that allowed? I don't know. I don't know, Kev. But he is sending out a scout. Fortunately for him, Poo Poo Papa has no shenanigans up his sleeve. It's just standard play from either player going for the expansion here. Pretty dang soon from Vindicta. Yeah, there it is. Reaper Scout coming on the way. Sun Lily's first question asked, do Canadians really live in igloos? I can confirm they do. More so in the east. In the west, we have developed the technology to have straw huts. Though they usually, for the winter, insulate them with ice cubes to help keep in warmth. Do you have a dog sled team? I actually I've inherited a moose to ride to school on. Most kids, yeah, they do. And only the rich kids get moose. I am not one of those rich kids, but my grandpa, he is a lawyer. So he was able to afford a moose farm. And once I was old enough, he actually gave me one of his moose to be able to ride to school. Next question. Do Canadian feet have emotions? They typically don't. Usually if they do, you have to go to a special school because those emotions tend to overpower your brain. So you have to send them to a special school to be able to learn to control them. It's kind of like X-Men Mutants, except you don't get any powers. It's just you have to learn to control the emotions in your feet. But the other technique is, if you don't live near a school that will help you do that, is you can just get frostbite and that'll eliminate the problem altogether. It's a little more painful. Are the Oilers better than the Flames? It depends who you ask. This last season, statistically, they weren't, but if you ask me, the answer will always be yes. Yeah, the Oilers are always better than the Flames. That's not even a matter of debate. Who's Canadian, by the way? Who is Canadian? Most of the community officers at Alpha X are Canadian, fun fact. The only one who isn't Canadian is Nemesis. She is Korean, I think? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Korean. Somewhere around in that region. Marine scouting or patrolling for an overlord. That's actually, before I continue to answer your questions, take a look at the game plan here. We do have concussive shells on the way. We're going for a Hellion Marauder push. That's pretty cool. I like that. Haven't seen that before. Vindicta always mixing it up in all his Terran games, really pushing the limits, doing what innovation should be doing because of his name, but it doesn't. Roach Warren will be the play coming out of Poo Poo Papa. I'm just gonna say Papa. Out of Papa, because I don't want to pew pew. Oh, pew pew. Yes, we're gonna do that. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. out of Pew Pew, which will actually help the Marauder play. If I remember correctly, Marauders are good against Roaches. We have Spore Crawlers going up in case of Banshees. No Banshees on the way, but we do have an Armory. Probably for a Hellbat push, if you ask me, because Vindicta's been continuously pumping out Hellions. He currently has 7 out on the map, going for an 8th. Usually, you only see about 6 normally or so. But a Viking's going to be able to chase away the Overlords to prevent scouting. Queens are out, and 9 Roaches immediately spawning. Worker-wise, Pew Pew is a couple behind Vindicta, which is not good for Zerg. Supply-wise, it's pretty even. Pew Pew is ahead in Army, and with the Roaches popping out, that that's probably gonna shut down this push. We do have a couple of Marauders with concussive shells. The Viking has landed, and we have 9 Hellbats here, 8 Hellbats, and this is a very strong push here. The Lings are going to be able to do nothing good. The Queens are going to get taken out pretty quick. The Lings are going to try and get some damage done. Not all the Roaches are here, actually. The Roaches are a little split up right now. I don't know where the rest of them went. 5 more being produced, as well as 22 Lings. I don't know if that's the right call here from Pew Pew, but the Hellbats and Marauders are continuing to push. No reinforcements as Vindicta's macroing up back at home, getting a 3rd CC. This push is just meant to do damage. There was no drones at the 3rd base, which is why this isn't going to be able to take out much drones. Vindicta's actually going to scamper away with the Marauders and just leave the Hellbats to die for themselves. Oh, yeah. I was wondering this. There is a Viking in. I was wondering if you could put landed Vikings in medevacs. Turns out you can. Everyone, my questions have been answered. Lings are now gonna, and Roaches are now gonna do a counterattack. We do have Siege Shanks out here. Army supply-wise, Vindicta is in big, deep doo-doo. The Siege Shank on the high ground is gonna help, as well as these Marauders. The current army that is in the natural base of Vindicta is in a dire, is gonna be able to hold, but the reinforcements are gonna put things in a dire scenario. The SCVs have to be pulled across the line again. The Viking reposition using the medevacs. This actually looks like it's going to be able to hold with mules and a 3rd CC. I think Vindicta will be able to be okay. Worker-wise, he's only down 11 workers and is now ahead in army supply. Excellent hold here from Vindicta. He was down about 40 army supply. That was... I wasn't sure about that one, Kev. Anyway, Pew Pew now going for a 4th base and is starting to produce some Ravages, getting a Roach speed, and is looking to go for that Roach mass. Not with the 4th base, though, not looking to do an all-in just as of yet, and things will stabilize a little bit. Vindicta is going to be able to catch up in workers nicely, but needs to get that 3rd CC on location. But it's probably going to wait for another tank or two to get that started. Upgrades, we do have STEM out, and Combat Shields is about halfway done. So we can go back to the questions. Sun Lily asks, do Canadians prefer real maple syrup or fake? I know very few Canadians that prefer fake maple syrup over real. I myself love to drink maple syrup, but only when it's been chilled. Room temperature maple syrup actually kind of gets stuck in your throat, and it's hard to breathe. However, that only happens in a couple weeks of the summer, so usually I'm good, but I always seem to forget in that circumstance. Marines and Marauders now going to be coming out here to try and help deal with some creep. There comes down the scan. Nothing really here to help deal with it. We do have a drop over to the 4th base that... I see 17 HP on that medevac, but a lot of creep is going to take cleared up. This one tumor will fortunately live for Pew Pew. 3rd CC now on location. Mules getting dropped. Workers still about a 10 deficit in favor of Pew Pew. Army is relatively even, so supply isn't too crazy. Vindicta is going to be able to stabilize, and we're going to actually have a transition into Ling Bane. Here for Pew Pew is going to be transitioning out of the Roaches. Going to keep the Roaches and Ravagers here for defense. It's now going to be building 13 Banelings, as we see a lot of Marines in production here for Vindicta. Almost called him Uzi, because Uzi did such a great job last time. But yeah, here we go. 5 racks are going to be the call as we get another Tech Lab and Reactor on another one. Going to be able to get that macro flowing. Ling scouting around for any sneaky Terran plays. But both players are going to be stabilizing. Drone production has stopped. 66 seems to be the comfortable spot for Pew Pew here. The Terran drop going to try and get some damage done over here by the third, but Pew Pew reads it all the way thanks to that excellent creep spread he's got going on. He's nearly covered his half of the map. Vindicta has not been able to push that back. He's got to get some work going there. Might be good to get a Raven or something, but he's actually going into Liberator production as he feels he has the prime number of medevacs. 5 medevacs out. That's a decent number. You don't need too many, since they do count as army supply. They kind of just eat up that supply, and it doesn't take a lot to heal your Marines unless you overstim them. But we have those guys moving on back, and 4th CC coming out. We do have the Infestation Pit, potentially for a Hive. My guess is to go for a Hive and then Greater Spire to get those GG loads. And our last Canadian question of the day from Sunlily is, do you eat poutine weekly? You know, I love fries and I love gravy. I love dipping my fries in gravy. And sometimes I do enjoy a good poutine. I don't eat it very often. Nice takeout here of this 5th base, by the way, by Vindicta, and he's going to get away with, I think, all the Marines that were in that medevac. Just continuing to be Lingbane mass here for Pew Pew, not going for Hydras or anything. This drop into the main base will get shut down very quickly. No drones getting taken out, maybe one. Ooh, that medevac is dangerously low. The other drop here going to start to take out some creep. We do have a drop coming in here on the third base here of Pew Pew. He doesn't have anything here. This is an excellent multi-prong attack. The Lings are going to run in, take out the Queen. Going to do a little bit of pot shot damage onto the hatchery, but most of it's going to get on out of there. I would like to see some Widow Mines or something here from Vindicta, or maybe even some Blue Flame Hellbats, to help deal with all these Lings and Banes, because it is only Ling production right now as 2-2 comes on the way. We do have a Hive about halfway completed. But on the poutine note, I usually like to eat either salt and vinegar chips or just straight up fries. I like vinegar or barbecue sauce with them. So I'm not super standard Canadian. We do have the Spire coming as the Hive is approaching completion, so it will be for those GG Lords, as well as potentially some Corruptors. This medevac going for a drop here as a big push now coming out here from Vindicta over to the northwest. Siege tanks are going to spread out and start to get things underway. Creep is going to start to done here. Some initial infantry is going to try and snipe some banelings, maybe tank some shots. No scans coming down to help deal with this creep. I don't know if Vindicta actually has any scans right now to help deal with this. That would be really useful right now. He does have 3-3 on the way. Hive is completed, but no 2-2 is just about to complete, so no 3-3 as of yet. Vindicta does have the upgrade lead, but for not too much longer. Creep now going to start to get cleared out as the siege tanks will begin to leapfrog their way forward. A nice 180 disaround here from Pew Pew, but there is still room for the Terran infantry to back on up. Tank shots getting lots of damage done. Enough infantry remains, and there are no banelings. The Ravagers are going to get ravaged, and Vindicta is going to be able to push here. 91 army supply to 52 of Pew Pew. Pew Pew's in a bit of some trouble here as Vindicta not looking to press his advantage too much just yet. He's macroing up behind this. He's gotten his 4th base, planetary there, continuing to build supply depots, gotten more barracks online, and is going to be able to start parade push. Adrenal Glands on the way, as well as Greater Spire and Ultralisk Den. I don't think Vindicta is aware of this, but we do have a skirmish coming on down here. The siege tanks will be able to chase away the Lingbane and the remaining Ravagers. 7 to 8 Marines at a time, as well as siege tanks. 3-3 is 2/3 or even 3/4 of the way completed, as well as +2 mech weapons. The siege tanks will continue to encroach forward. A scan goes down to help clear up some Crete as Vindicta continues to put pressure onto this 3rd base. Liberators have joined the fray, as there are not a lot of banelings out right now. There's only 16. Pew Pew needs more. He needs to start building, but he's a little short on cash right now. 66 workers is not enough on a playstyle like this. You need to have close to 80. But here come the Zerglings, but even with, they don't have Adrenal Glands done. We do have 8 Corruptors on the way, as well as 12 Lings, but this base is dead. Vindicta is going to continue to press his advantage. He is scanning over to the 4th base to see what's going on. Here comes the remaining army of Pew Pew. He's down 40 army supply. 3-3 has completed, as well as +2 mech weapons all at the same time. This is excellent. Adrenal Glands is about to complete, but there is so much Terran here. Ravagers are going to be able to take out a couple of siege tanks. Nice bile hits. But Vindicta being very patient here, not overextending himself, continuing to just build up that lead that he has. He is up 30 supply and is going to be able to take that out. The actually, the infestation pit's a little under threat. Bile's going to land on siege tanks, but not take him out. Vindicta's still going to continue to push. He is classic Vindicta style, going to be getting nukes. He hasn't built any ghosts yet, I don't think. Units-wise, oh, he has 3 ghosts, so he's going to be able to start nuking. But this army that hasn't really had much reinforcements, now he's going to get some reinforcements over here, but has just done so much work, been so cost-effective. The Broodlords are out now and are going to be able to start dealing some damage, but a couple of them are going to get sniped. The ghosts don't have cloak yet, so aren't going to be able to live very long to this, and the Broodlords are going to be able to chase things away just for now. The Siege Tank's going to get taken out, and Vindicta's going to have to retreat for just now, but he's been able to take out a good mining base. Pew Pew does have bases over here to the eastern side of the map, and is going to be able to stabilize for now. More ghosts being in production, as well as ship weapons and building armor. Got to get that building armor. You're not a proper Bronze League player if you don't have building armor. But the army here are going to move over to the 4th base of Vindicta and help just keep it alive, keep it stable. No counterattacks out of Pew Pew. Pew Pew has been on the defensive for quite a while. Units-wise, there are 7 Broodlords out, but we do have our first nuke in classic Vindicta fashion. The Ravager's going to bile. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, it's going to land. It's still going to land. Oh! The biles, I don't know, that was really random. Probably could have biled the ghost, just seeing where it was cloaking, and then biled it before that landed, but excellent nuke, excellent strategy out of Vindicta. I mean, when you're playing Vindicta, you gotta know. What are you gonna do? We do have chitinous plating on the way for Ultralisks, but with all the ghosts that are in production, I don't know if Ultralisk is gonna be able to do very much good right now. This base is gonna get cancelled immediately for Pew Pew as Uzi Cody continues to put pressure on this side of the map. Gonna finally take out that infestation pit. One Marine is going to get taken out forever. Do. 1 is the loneliest number. It's the loneliest number. It's the number 1. High Staccato tracking is on the way to make sure that those E-bays get everything possible. How many ghosts do we have out now? 9 ghosts! That is a dangerous amount of ghosts. We have more ghosts than we have Broodlords, so those snipes are going to be super useful. We do have Vikings out on the map. No more Liberator production. A Fusion Core is on the way, either for BCs or Liberator range, which will be super nice. No Ravens or anything. Wouldn't mind seeing a Raven or 2, but the Siege Tanks are going to be able to get some excellent positioning here. That is some excellent low ground positioning. Not a whole lot that you can do. The Broodlords are going to come and take out a couple of the ghosts, and they never say die. But the Cloak Goats are going to come and snipe down nearly all of the Broodlords. Only 1 remains. That is some excellent play from Vindicta, not currently using the nukes that he had. As I say that, here comes that first nuke that he's going to be dropping. He has 3 more nukes in reserve. Blings are going to try and do it, but the Terran army is going to be able to protect this. This is going to continue to allow Vindicta to push on through. The nuke will... Oh wait, I think it got yeah, Vindicta canceled the nuke. But here comes the Zerg army. Oh, a nice 360 surround with Banelings and Lings running in from all sides. Vindicta's actually in a little bit of trouble here. Some nice splits are going to keep things alive. Most of the Siege Tanks are dead. We do have a couple here in the back, and Vindicta will be able to stabilize here. Ghosts-wise, he has dropped down only to 5. Liberator production has begun, and he has cut the production of the Ghosts. Ultralisks are now on the way, but there are 4 Marauders being produced at a time, which will really help with the Ultralisk. Another nuke is going to fall, but that Ghost is going to get taken out before the nuke can even come close to dealing any damage. The Zerg army is going to try and chase away things, and those 2 remaining Siege Tanks will get taken out. No more Siege Tanks being produced, as Liberators will be the tech of choice. The scan does go down and see that in the southeastern corner, Pew Pew has taken a base. The Liberator will come to shut down the mining operations here at this base, and there will be nothing here to defend against this Liberator range. Advanced Ballistics is in production, and we now have Ultralisk speed moving on down. Whatever was going on here gets taken out. Vindicta still on... Oh, no, he does have a 5th base here. That's an interesting placement, a little bit vulnerable, but it's where his army will be able to most quickly defend. No sensor tower over there, as I don't think Pew Pew is aware of it just yet. No, Pew Pew has no idea. As we hear the standard announcer. A couple of Banelings will run forward. The army of Vindicta will be able to... Oh, but that reveals that Burrow is out there. That is actually a huge pickup for Vindicta. That was probably not the smartest play of Pew Pew. Might have just been a shift-click command. And now Vindicta knows to be very wary of Burrowed Baneling play. The Zerg army is going to try in position for us around, but some nice zoning from Siege Tanks and Liberators, as well as a nuke there, as Vindicta is now going to start to push and take out this base. Excellent play, excellent zoning position here by Vindicta, as we're looking that we're going to be getting into the long haul of this game. APM of Vindicta is, of both players, is crazy high. I don't even know. Oh, nope, nope, nope. I was trying to get the button for APM, but I don't remember what it is. Nope, that's okay. But here comes the attack here onto another base of Pew Pew. Pew Pew down to only 3 mining bases, actually. Vindicta has been able to greatly strip the economy of Pew Pew down to absolutely nothing. Vindicta's economy advantage is insanely high, and now he continues to push onto about the last real mining base, but if you could call it that, of Pew Pew. Pew Pew is in a ton of trouble. What he's got is what he's got. Vindicta continuing to ramp up the unit production, more nukes on the way, as well as more command centers, 7 Marines at a time. Units-wise, we can take a look at the units tab. There are 4 Vipers out, but only 1 Ultralisk. That's not going to be able to provide much tanking. Only 20 Banelings is not going to do enough. With this many Liberators and Siege Tanks in the back to support, not a lot's going to be able to do. With very little AA here out of Pew Pew, he has 4 Corruptors. Those Liberators are going to be uncontested. Vindicta is now going to press his issue down here nearly to the natural. Snipes are going to go down onto the Vipers, but nice blinding clouds. The Banelings are actually going to run forward. No splits able to come in. No surround, actually. I think that might have been a little bit of misclick on the micro, but Vindicta up about 50 army supply. The remaining army is going to continue to roll through. Liberators having a field day, though. Bio is almost about to get taken out by the Lings, but at what cost? Supply is 91 to 143 for Vindicta. Vindicta is going to be able to continue to roll forward. The Corruptors now going to start to take out the Liberators. Everything's going to have to run on back, but the production-wise, we have full production here out of Vindicta, and only 12 Lings on the way for Pew Pew, as he is broke as a joke. He knows that GG Vindicta puts Alpha X up 2-0. StarCraft win. I'm gonna dance to say happy birthday to you if it's your birthday. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, guys. I have something important I want to tell you. It's important to me because I want to help you. And it is this. Events like these, and not just this, but all events that we do here at Alpha X would not be possible without the support from sponsors such as 24-Hour Fitness. Memberships for 24-Hour Fitness can give you access to any one of their 436 locations all over the United States of America. If you want to achieve your fitness goals and attain your dream body, check out 24-Hour Fitness today to check out their free fit plans, cardio equipment, pools, classes, and so much more to help you get that summer bod you wanted 20 years ago. Okay, as we wait for our players, I'm actually going to go get a quick drink because I am rather parched. But GG, well played. Vindicta, I'm proud of you, my friend. You did excellent. And you guys, let me know if you have any more Canadian questions while I'll be away. Be right back. And support us today. Subscribe, follow, like, comment, tweet, all of the above. My assistant Chewy the polar bear will keep you entertained while I'm gone. So be nice to him, guys. Treat him well, and I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alright guys, did Chewie treat you okay? Sometimes he's a little temperamental, so if he didn't, I apologize. I'll deal with him later. Sometimes he requires some discipline. So, and sometimes, whenever production goes wrong, guys, it's Chewie's fault. It's not mine. He's my production guy. He's an intern, but he's learning. He's an intern. So, mouth is dry. Okay. Oh. Wait for me! Wait for me! Okay. Here we go, guys. Going to game number 3 of this best of 5. If Alpha X wins this, they win the game, the series, the match, the day. Let's get into the fight. Excusez-moi. Alright, as this chill music comes in, let's introduce our players in the most chill way we know how. Here on the map, New Repugnancy. From Alpha X in the red, the Protoss player, Light. And his gentlemanly opponent in the pink, as the Zerg race, from the team... Freak, why can't I ever remember the name of this team? Micro T Team. Micro T Team. It is Rinko Kono. Koni. Rinko Koni. Kono. Rinko Konoi. We're gonna call him Coke. Or Cocone. Cacone. We're gonna call him Cacone. Cause yeah, it's chill, everyone. Like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Alright, so a little bit of a different strategy here from Light. He thinks he's playing against a Protoss player and doing the double gateway at the main base ramp. Instead of putting it down here, maybe he's looking to do some aggression, as he does have 2 quick gas but only 3 probes on it. You know, yes, and just standard hatch pool, gas pool here from Cocone. Rinkacone, no, Rinkacone. We're gonna call him Rinkacone, cause why the heck not? Probes. Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry guys, my sister, she needed the laundry machine, so I told her she could have it. Not permanently, just for the day. This sneaky probe's gonna move around to the side and drop the proxy pylon. No scout here out of Light. He has absolutely no idea what his opponent's doing. He's going for fast Twilight Council, and the Overlord sees it, as well as Adept. So, Rinkacone knows what's about to hit him. Hit him harder than a ton of bricks on a fall day in the middle of July. Because that makes sense. But we're going for a really aggressive Adept push that Light was sort of attempting to hide, but not fully. Queens are out here going to try and deny the Adept Scout. The first 2 are going to shade here into the main base of Rinkacone. Lings are out now as well as a Evolution Chamber. The Adepts are actually going to finish their shades, get bit of a shady scenario. The first Adept's going to get taken out. The next one's going to try and run away. No, does not get a drone for her troubles. This probe is going to get under fire from this thing that scouted the proxy. Probe is going to be ready. Banelings are going to be on the way now. You names today, Cap. I know. There's just been some tricky names. The Europeans love to mess with my mind. But units-wise, we have 4 Adepts out, 9 Lings. We do have +1 melee attack, and the Baneling Nest is going to be on the way. This is how Rinkakoni is going to try and deal with it. This is all in. This is as all in as it gets. There's the perfect number of probes, 23. And Light's just going to hope against hope that he can build enough units. But Rinkakoni has the time to prepare to defend this. Like, he has seen it early enough. He can build the proper defense. So this is going to come down to a matter of execution. Who can do this properly? Light has not backed out from this. He does have 10 Adepts out, but with Banelings out, I don't know, Kev. I don't know. But here come the first wave of Adepts. They do have waves completed, and the Shade is going to come out. The Queens are here in the front. A Baneling is going to get taken out. Where will the Adepts go? Will the Shade complete? Yes, it will. Nice splits here so that the Banelings don't get maximum impact. There's a bunch of Adepts surrounded by Lings, but with Glaives, they're going to be able to do an excellent damage. +1 melee attack is not completed. The remaining Adepts are going to shade away. Drones are going to get pulled, but with the first wave now defended, the Queens are going to be able to deal the damage. A Baneling is going to go and finish the job. I don't know if that was the right call there, Kev, but only 2 drones going down in the situation. Army Supply is still slightly a favor of Light, but only by 1. The second round of Adepts is about to come out. There are very few Banelings. Lings are not going to be able to do the job units-wise. We have 4 Queens. Let's see if the Adepts can get the damage done. Are they going to complete their Shade? They are, and they're going to go straight into the main base and start to take out drones. There is not a lot here, and 6 drones are instantly going to go down. The Lings are here, but the Adepts are going to get great positioning here around the minerals, and those Lings are going to melt faster than ice cream in the middle of December in Australia. The Queens are going to be able to start to deal damage. There are some transfuses available, so those Adepts aren't going to want to deal with those just yet. 11 drones have gone down. The Shades are going to go down here into the natural base. The Lings are prepared, but they are going to melt faster than anything in the Sahara Desert. Most of the Adepts are being taken out now. The Lings have been getting the job done. Only 3 more drones are going to go down. The worker count for Rinkakoni is only 14. On the production tab, he is not building any more workers, so this pushes from Light is actually doing a great job. The third wave of Adepts is getting ready. 1 more Adept is going to be able to take out 2 more drones. Now down to 12. Rinkakoni has as many drones as he started this game with. This is not a good situation. He does have 5 Queens, which are going to 6 Queens rather, and that is really going to be able to help with these Adepts as they do not kill Queens fast enough. And with all this time, the Queens are able to build up energy. Transfuses are going to be a dime a dozen in this scenario. All right. However, we do have another 12 Adepts. Now they will deal with the Queens. The Transfuses are starting to come down, but with Glaives, this is going to do so much. The Adepts are, weirdly enough, not going to go and attack, are now going to start to take out the Queens. I don't know why all that move command was there, but there are just so many Adepts that these Queens are in a dicey situation. All the Transfuses have been used, and 2 have gone down. There might just be too many Adepts here. Guys, I don't think Rinkakoni is going to be able to hold this. The Adepts are just continuing to push through. The Shades are going to cancel. There are no drones here, and they're going to start to target the Baneling nest, just waiting for more reinforcements. The Shades are now going to come up. The 4 Queens are going to hold them down. There are Lings and Banelings here, but the Adepts are going to go into the natural, and nice splits here. Some excellent micro out of Light. The Banelings are going to explode. Some of the Adepts are going to go down, but not much. Drones are now going to continue to fall. The Queens are here, but there are no Lings remaining. There are about 4 that popped, but so many Adepts. GG is called. Alpha X is going to sweep the series 3-0. Ladies and gentlemen, G to the G. Alpha X is your champions today. Guys, it has been a pleasure working with you today. GG, wow, 320 APM, guys, to 130 of Light. That's more like what I have. Hold on. Hold on, guys. This will be my finale song. Kyle Jin, heck yeah, my dude. But guys, thank you so much for watching today. It has been a wild ride. I had a fun time. I hope you did too. It's been a good hour of StarCraft. Saw some excellent games, some long games, some short games, and everything in between. Alpha X coming out on tap as usual. Kapow! Got a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and some of that. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you guys could see, but my biceps were popping. So, guys, if any of you liked those games, follow us here on Alpha X for more, and make sure you have notifications turned on so that you can see whenever we go live to see some other excellent StarCraft. We have everything from Diamond to Grandmaster. Check us out. We have something almost every day. It's a wild time. But before we go, just want to say that say something very serious. It's really a question of the heart that we all need to ponder at times in our lives. And that question is, do you know the Muffin Man? Alright guys, it's been a pleasure working with you today. My name, as always, and I was your host as well, is Captain Canuck, aka the Real Winter Soldier. I hope you all have had a great time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, good night, good luck, and have fun.